No throttle? Correct. What is that? I don't know what to do.
Our second night at sea while entering the dangerously shallow waters of South Caicos to anchor, we started taking on water, navigation crashed, and the engine completely failed.
All this while the bilge alarm's going off and we're drifting into the reef.
So we turned back out to sea, raised the sails,
We just barely made it back out to sea. This was life or death last night.
then carefully entered the anchorage in pitch black. But our trauma
No pooping.
was just beginning.
We are sleeping here tonight on the back of the deck. We made it into harbor somehow after a very, very brutal trip.
We somehow managed to get a little bit of sleep. Ben woke up to this.
So you make coffee in the morning when you don't have any form of heat. It's a little chunky.
Some people like the French press. We just like the raw grains in your teeth.
We still have the issue with the oil, and then we need to fix these hoses so they're not leaking. So that's kind of where we're at.
And we gotta add the bilge pump.
Are you in an awkward position?
Oh no, you're not filming me?
Yes, I am. Trevor? Yeah. Is your new career going to be a boat mechanic?
You know how much I love this stuff, Leila.
So have somebody flip the switch on the aft bilge pump.
Here's the current status. Trevor's downstairs, still working on the engine. He is knee deep in oil. Our Capitan is leading this. Woo! They're paddling to shore because the outboard motor is not functioning, and we are hopefully getting passported. The great thing is today I feel great. Seasickness is gone. When we got to water that freaking looks like that.
We're trying to figure out if this float switch works.
We're still here, but just here. Repairing the boat since the minute we woke up. The parts are over there. They had to paddle a boat and hope that we get parts.
Naturally, nothing is going according to plan. We had to stop in South Caicos to get oil because the boat is burning oil like a sieve. There's the boat out there. And because we're checking in more than 10 seconds, we have to do the passport, immigration, visa thing. So I am taking this paddleboard, the other side of that government dock, to get the dinghy to bring the other two girls to shore. Rescued the wife.
This isn't our outboard motor because the outboard motor on the dinghy, of course, does not work, but
Nothing on that boat works.
Oh my
like
gosh.
Zero works.
It's been almost 48 hours since I've touched land. Oh, I'm the one that tests the deepness. Oh,
That deep.
that's what I thought.
Are there sharks out here? Isn't this like Shark Lane or something out there?
We needed to go through customs just to buy oil. South Caicos is such an obscure destination that the lady in customs said, "How did you find us?" South Caicos is a small island with few services that has been ravaged by hurricanes.
And it feels kind of like an abandoned island. So we need to climb over the wall, which is that wall right there.
Got a friend, Trev.
Dogs, cats, and yes, wild donkeys run wild.
We've been told to avoid the donkeys. They're kind of mean. What's up, bro? Don't hurt me. He's like, you shall not pass. There goes Kelson and Brad trying to find oil. It was hours to get checked into immigration here. Hi, bud. Here's our new buddy. Hurricane in 2017 started to decimate this island, and another one last year, I think, kind of finished it off. So a lot of people left.
But we were able to find one of the few restaurants on the island. It wasn't very busy.
That looks pretty good.
I've seen conch shells all over as we walked through this island, and like we never thought we were going to be here today. And then we got here and conch was on the menu, and it's a warm meal.
Y'all
Nice
a
to meet you, Jay.
YouTuber?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, YouTuber, man.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. I want to be a YouTube channel.
We are trying to find our dinghy. No, we are further away from this. We're on the other side of this. We cannot find our way back to the boat. We're not
I
stressed.
want an adventure with the Joneses.
Hi, guys.
Hello.
Okay, actually, now that I see it from here, I think we do need to go there. Hi, puppies.
We take you to sailboat. Now you sail to other islands.
Oh no, the boat won't go.
I will get the boat to go.
They're trying to repair the outboard motor so that we can use the dinghy. We just dropped a little ring. Thankfully it floated. Thankfully we have Kelson to dive in after it. 5:30 this morning I woke up, no one else was awake. I went to the bow to the boat and watched the sunrise. One of the heads has been clogged.
I'm on poop duty to make sure that the boat doesn't flood when the toilet paper goes
but they just found a barracuda, so they're going in.
It's called a Caribbean barracuda of all things. They look like the devil. There's like teeth everywhere. Women shouldn't wear jewelry, and sometimes if you have a watch, they are attracted and can maybe attack shiny objects. Otherwise, they usually just go like this.
Brad is now where Trevor was for hours, trying to get the back clog undone.
I spent, I don't know, an hour or two in that water trying to clear out the drain for one of the heads, which stopped working. So we've got one full inoperable head and another one that barely works. So basically we're going to be using a bucket for anything that's more than liquid. On this boat, every single thing that matters doesn't work right and has been, tweaked to be semi-functional with bubblegum and tinfoil. We've reattached the hoses that were gushing water, and we're hoping that when we start the engine that they will not gush water and that it won't eat a ton of oil, but it's going to be eating oil, so we have to use sail power as much as possible. And it's beautiful, and Kelson saw barracuda. Beyond that, it's been not quite a romantic adventure.
No, it's been the most incredible education about if you ever want to own a boat. Most things that could happen have happened.
Probably within the next half hour we should set sail. Actually, we're gonna turn the motors off and see what happens. But hey, in the meantime, Leela's made us peanut butter and jelly because, not sure if I mentioned, but the stove doesn't work. All that food we bought to cook, can't cook it. Remember all the time Brad and I spent in the water trying to clear the through hole for the aft head? It turns out the valve is frozen, partially stuck, so...
What's the bottom line in one sentence?
No pooping.
Yeah, no pooping as
If you
as
need
few
to
pumps
poop,
as possible.
if you need to poop, what we can do?
So what you do is you put water in a bucket,
Okay.
the one that's labeled Mystic Rose backup. We knew this was going to happen. All right, guys, I'm going to practice for just a moment. Okay, start the engine. We're off.
We're hoping that when we start the engine, it doesn't start spewing oil or water. Water used to come from here and from there. We've strapped it on tight, and water and oil used to get dumped into there. We're hoping it spews less now. After being anchored in South Caicos for 2 days, a place we weren't even planning on going to, we got the engine up and running, but it is still leaking oil and leaking water, so we have to just use it very cautiously and as little as possible. Right now we're cruising along at probably 5 knots. We're going around this section here to head over to Hogsty Reef. System check, almost everything that could possibly break that matters is broken. Even the navigation, the autopilot, you can set a course, but you can't change a course. And so every day isn't like a holiday, every day is like wrenching on this boat, trying to make things work.
Watch me, just follow every move.
We just had a fun night sailing in very shallow waters.
We were in 12 feet, some of it. I mean, beautiful and gorgeous sailing at night. And for about an hour and a half, we could spot another boat in the distance out on our port side.
For a minute, I was like, that's not a pirate boat, is it? Are they waiting for us? Because like right now we're in, you can see, we're in the open ocean. There is nothing around. Now we're in like super deep water. Nothing around us. Our captain's sleeping behind us, but it was me and Leela manning this thing. It's been almost 3 or 4 hours, just us.
We've been sailing on the man safe for most of the morning. Yeah, that's what actually, I woke up, the first thing I did, I brought the jib in.
And we're jamming 5.6, 5.7 miles an hour. We stayed through each other's shifts to help each other. We're supposed to do 2-hour shifts.
Yeah, there was no way.
Single person 2-hour shifts, but doing this thing by yourself when you know what you're doing is brutal. Because we were sailing in super shallow water, it was like 12 to 20 feet for hours and hours and hours, which is scary because there's, reefs and stuff. But now we got swells out here just on the open sea. It's pretty gnarly. One of the heads is completely unusable because the tank is full and we can't drain it. The other head is basically non-functional. So our new head is that bucket. When you're on a boat with 2 broken bathrooms and 6 people, you get close.
almost midnight. We're pulling into Hogsty Reef. Got a couple of our sails up. We're gonna come into the reef, into the opening, and try to avoid rocks. I'm in engine duty in case we can't come around fast enough. Start the engine up? Nothing, dude. No way, what does that mean?
Okay, you guys ready?
Ready? I'll get down here and check it. Lower, where are you? What?
We don't have throttle.
We have no throttle? What is that? Oh, geez. No throttle?
Correct.
What is that? I don't know what to do. How do we have no throttle? That was pretty scary. We're under sail power now, only because the engine started, but only goes to like 2K. We don't have any, we have almost no throttle. And then this jib line got stuck right there, and that whacked Kelson, and actually it's pretty scary and dangerous out here right now. We're going into the reef with no motor and just one sail.
And this was just the beginning of our troubles. Subscribe to see if we make it into Hogsty Reef and what happens next.